Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Farrah, welcome back, and in today's video we will be doing some wrapping up what's going on with the Emic fusion and just looking at the state of the account. So I know the last couple I've done have just been shard pulls, so I'm just going to show here where I'm sitting at in the tournament real quick. Classic Arena just started today. I guess I already have that 57, so just have to get to 210. We'll very easily get that done tomorrow. I could get it done today. I have arena bags sitting around I could use, so could just get this done today and get the 25 there. Champion Chase, I summoned like 14 ancient shards. I think I did 14 ancient shards here. That's all it took to get to 1675. I got like 2 epics. This also includes, I pulled these. I had 300 for Isabel, the Force Affinity, whatever, Pirate Girl. So that is where 750 of the points came from, was just from summoning her. So the other, I don't know, not quite 1,000 were from just summoning ancient shards. I got 2 more epics. I figured, I've only got 14 of them or something like that, so I'll just go ahead and open them. Get some energy. The energy in here is actually pretty nice. I mean, 350 extra is extremely helpful for doing the champion training tournament. So obviously not going to get the fragments from there now, though. So I'll get Classic Arena done tonight or tomorrow morning. I will get Spider done tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. I'll get it done tomorrow very quickly. I'll get up in the morning and start farming that right away. And then the champion training event, I would love to have done today. I mean, I'm already halfway done, basically. Definitely want to push my way through here and get this done today. And the other one is Dungeon Divers, so I can get Dungeon Divers done as well. And then the extra events were the Artifact Enhancement and then the Champion Chase. I'll be skipping both of those and doing just Dungeon Divers and champion training. I figure I can do this pretty easily since I'm doing champion training today and a bunch of Spider tomorrow. And if I'm not quite there after finishing Spider and the champion training, I should be extremely close. I mean, it should be not very much farming I have to do left after those 2 things put together to get this done. They really should get this done, though, put together, so looking pretty solid there. So yeah, I'll skip the Artifact Enhancement. It's aggravating. I know a lot of people have problems with Dungeon Divers. It's honestly an energy check, which is extremely annoying for people that are free to play. It was ridiculous they did what they did here. I theorize they're going to fix his A1 and make his A1 better, so that he can be used with Corpulent Cadaver after this event is finished, because Polarium has some idea in their head that doing over 2 billion damage, that's just like cool on the clan boss with Corpulent Cadaver. But Emic making that possible as well, that was a problem. Like, Brogni hasn't been nerfed, Corpulent Cadaver hasn't been nerfed, so I think Emic will be buffed to be able to be worked with that team again after that. Some sort of team like that, because what he was doing, though, I think a problem they had with it is that those Infinity Shield teams go for like over 1,000 turns, and he was doing like 22 billion damage in like 37 turns with Emic. So it was like a massive difference. It's a massive difference in time you're saving, and I mean, with the quick battles, it doesn't really matter anymore. But if you had auto and you couldn't quick battle, it's still going way faster, like 7 minutes or something, or 5 to 7 minutes for doing 37 turns and 22 billion damage. So, yeah, I think Emic's going to be buffed and Corpulent Cadaver is going to be nerfed. I think they made this event extremely hard because they are going to buff him, and obviously he's a great champion already. They've already found clan boss teams where you can run Maneater with him and then 3 attackers, which is pretty cool. I'd love to get that team up and running. I don't have the gear for it yet, but just having the units in place is nice. So yeah, I do have 29 voids. I could summon those for this champion chase, but I'm definitely not going to do that. I 100% need to hold on to these until there's like a guaranteed man-eater or a 2x void shards, or like a 10 times chance with man-eater in there. Something that there's actually a good chance of me getting man-eater. Like, I'd love to just wait for a guaranteed one. I don't know if they've already done that and they won't do it again. Well, they've brought back a couple guaranteed champions, I think. I don't know if man-eater has ever been guaranteed. But he will be definitely the next big thing for the account, is a man-eater to pair with Emic, because then I'd be able to pair them up in Clan Boss. Again, don't have the gear for that, but having them together would be nice. Just ready to be built. Since I've already summoned those other 3, I am getting those up to the level 40 pretty quickly here. Just need to push those up. I have enough fodder to make a 6-star right now. I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait on that because I don't know what I want to do, honestly. For the Force Affinity, it's a difficult choice between Rector Drath and Husk. I'm more on the side of Rector Drath, because I know she's usable. I think she's usable in every single piece of content in the game. I mean, literally, she could be used in any team, anywhere in the entire game. And Husk is really more for Hydra. So it's not that it's not that hard. But maybe she's good enough at the 5-star level, whereas Husk, you're trying to deal some damage with him for enemy max HP here. Like, maybe he's the better 6-star to make. Inquisitor Shamal, ignoring defense on the 2nd skill is very, very cool. I'm wondering if I can build him to do a bunch of damage in dungeons. I don't know if maybe that's already been tried and that just doesn't work out so well. I'm not sure, but he could be an amazing option. I do need to do 1 Force and 1 Spirit, though, to finish up my challenges. Yeah, Haikatoon probably is not getting done there. I got Gizcard and Deacon, which are reasonable. I also have Fennex now. I've got a bunch of stuff in storage here that, there's some decent stuff going on here, like Stag Knight. Do I put a Stag Knight up instead of Deacon, or a Fennex for Clan Boss? Fennex is actually fantastic. I really do want to use him because his A1 does, I think it's one of the hardest hitting A1s in the game, and he does 2 hits. It's the 2nd hit is conditional, but it's not a difficult condition to meet. It's like if the enemy has a debuff or if you crit or something, it's a really easy one for Clan Boss to make happen. From the Force Affinity, though, I think it really is probably just Rector Drath. Like, Thylesia is pretty cool. He's pretty cool, but I think Taragi's better. They're both ally protectors. Of course, they're different factions, different affinities. They'll both, I'm sure, get built eventually. I've got other stuff here, like Bellower is a reasonable 6-star to make at some point, too, because he's got triple AoEs. He's great for Doom Tower when you have those rare-only floors, or, like, HP or support. I'm not sure which one he is, if it's HP or support. But he's great for those floors, too. Aethel. Aethel is legitimately something I'm looking at. I had no idea her first skill was a triple hit with a weaken placement chance, the big version of weaken. She could be extremely strong for Clan Boss with, I think it's Helm Smasher procs. If she's getting a bunch of Helm Smasher procs with those multi-hits and she's putting the weaken on, that's really, really good. Because if she's in the team dealing a bunch of damage like that, she does self-buff. Yeah, she does self-buff and then get an extra turn, and then she could go into this A1. So I wouldn't have to bring a buffer for her that way. I don't know if Fennex buffs himself. I don't know that he does. Let me make some room here real quick. Alright, so I made some space. I'm just going to pull some of these out so I can kind of show them off to you guys. I need to look at this one's skills. Stag Knight, Fennex. I can show Bellower too, in case one of you guys just doesn't know what Bellower does. I'll show him real quick. I think most players are familiar by now, but he's got triple AoEs. 3rd skill decreases attack. Has a 75% chance, 100% when booked, of placing a decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. Has a 75% chance of placing a decreased defense as well for 2 turns once you have him ascended, so he decreases attack and defense. The 2nd skill, AoE decreased speed. These are the weaker versions of decreased attack and defense and decreased speed. But all fantastic, fantastic debuffs to have. And then attacks all enemies and blocks active buffs as well. So he's absolutely an amazing control champion for Doom Tower. Amazing in a stun set. Will do massive work there. When every hit is an AoE too. I mean, it's just it's a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. It's like that Lightning McQueen scene. I don't know I hope everyone here has seen Cars. I think it's probably the best Pixar movie ever made. We can fight about it in the comments section if you guys want to. Like, I guess A Bug's Life was really good too. But I think Cars is probably Pixar's best movie. I wasn't a huge Toy Story fan. But there's a scene where Chick Hicks sees Lightning McQueen at the back of the line in the first Car movie, and he intentionally makes a crash, which he's pretty good at. Intentionally makes cars crash into each other. And he's like, let's see Lightning McQueen get through that. It's a thing of beauty, and there's cars everywhere smashing into each other, and Lightning McQueen has to make the miracle run through. Having triple AoEs is a thing of beauty, though. And then he's got speed and faction crypts, which is cool, too. But, fantastic champion there. Fenax attacks one enemy, places an extra hit if the target has any debuffs. Okay, so there's always going to be debuffs in Clan Boss. There's not really a question about it. And then also enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived, so he's awesome for Ice Golem as well. Really, really cool there. This one, AoE attack, can block buffs and block active skills. Very, very cool skill there. And then this one can decrease speed and defense of a boss as well. So, he's got great debuffs. He's got amazing, this is like a times 4 multiplier, I think. On skill 1, really, really high multiplier. He will crap damage, so I was pretty excited to pull him. He might be one of the next 6 stars, legitimately, because Deacon is fine at this level. Shield Guard is reasonable too. He's great for Spider. Of course, if I was able to get through the next couple stages of Spider and start getting into HP burning teams, then his use goes down to just Minotaur. If you guys don't know, he removes 1 debuff from himself every turn. That's why he's fantastic for Minotaur, because he's never hexed. He just can keep hitting and hitting and hitting and help farm stuff up faster. I mean, this clears waves quickly. So he's good for that. Of course, there's a lot of units that they're going to perform well in Minotaur. Zephyr Sniper, I was going to use her for Spider. Maybe I still will. It's hard to say. I mean, she might become food eventually if there's just no reason to build her. I don't know. Armiger is fantastic for enemy max HP skill here, and then blocks revive as well. So if you have Armiger and Fenax in the same team for Ice Golem, you're basically going to take care of the ads right away, which is cool. But Stag Knight, once again, decreases attack and defense of all enemies and decreases speed on the first skill. Amazing. Horden is one of the champions I pulled off camera. He buffs his own attack, crit rate, and speed, and then he gets an extra turn on a 5-turn cooldown if you book him. The second skill attacks one enemy, has a chance to decrease attack, and then heals this champion by 10% of the damage inflicted, which you'd hope is pretty massive if you're buffing yourself. And then this one attacks 2 times, grants an extra turn if the target is killed. I suspect he hits hard if he has a skill that reads this way and he buffs himself. I would imagine he hits extremely hard. Of course, only 2-turn buffs, and he buffs himself. If this was a 3-turn buff, I would have no reservations at all. But just a 2-turn buff tells me I need to bring in something else to buff the entire team anyway, so that he can continue to do damage. And then there's buffs for everyone else as well. So I'm not sure about him yet. This one places a shield and strengthen on all allies. Attacks all enemies, places a heal reduction. Attacks one enemy, has a chance of provoking, and places a decrease attack debuff if the target is under a fear debuff. And the passive skill, immune to fear and true fear debuffs. Whenever an ally's HP drops below 50% from an enemy attack, has a 50% chance of placing fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn. whenever an ally dies, has a 75% chance of placing a true fear on all enemies for 1 turn. So if you put her with a Reviver and Doom Tower, she could potentially be true fearing enemies, waves like that. I definitely see that being useful. I don't know if you can fear Hydra bosses, though, because like could be fun in Hydra, but I don't think you can fear Hydra bosses. If you could, I feel like this, maybe it's a guy, maybe a guy. I feel like he would be good for there. I pulled this one too. She just doesn't seem good. You guys can tell me in the comments section if you think she's good. She just doesn't look good to me. Mordecai's a fantastic HP burner. He does like decreasing enemy turn meter and filling ally turn meter as well. And then this one decreases the target's turn meter by 10%. And then has a higher chance if the target is under an HP burn. So basically a spider champion. He's great for spider. We have Artok now. So Artok fills that role for most people, but Mordecai is definitely still fine. Thylesia, AoE decreased defense, AoE increase the duration of all debuffs on all enemies and attacks all enemies, and has a chance of placing Hex when hitting an enemy that has a decreased defense. So she decreases their defense, and then puts Hex on them with this skill and increases debuff duration, and then can spread debuffs here as well. So Thylesia is pretty fun as well, but yeah, I'm thinking probably just like Rector Drath and Phoenix or Deacon. I think I need to do Phoenix, though I really need someone at the 6-star level that is dealing a lot of damage. I need that kind of badly. And then do I save the other 6-star for, Inquisitor Shamal? Do I do him? Because he's obviously someone that I'm going to use for the rest of the game, even if it's only in a couple of areas of content. I know I will get use out of him. Do I 5-star Ragnar? Because he's got the decreased defense and the weaken, which would be cool for clan boss. There's a leech there too. Of course, leech is... You don't need any health if you've unkillable, so it's kind of a question mark there too, where I could just run like Aethel and then something else that decreases defense and Phoenix and be crapping damage that way. I don't know, a lot of question marks. Of course, getting Frozen Banshee in the clan boss team would be nice. There's a lot of things I'd like to get in the clan boss team, like Deacon, Frozen Banshee, and Phoenix could work great together. He's got decreased defense, he's getting extra turns. She's got a bunch of poisons. Phoenix is doing a bunch of damage. That could work pretty well. So, anyway, just theory crafting stuff. But leave your guys' thoughts in the comments once again. And yeah, that's all for this video. I'll see everybody in the next one.